Ladies and gentlemen, my guy, and soon to be yours, he goes by one name, like Pele and all those rest. Siggi, ladies and gentlemen.
I should be Brazilian if I only have one name. Happy to be here, my friend.
Yes. And, it's that, say like if you forgot and you hadn't sent out all those letters and tapes and this and that, can somebody still come up to you and say, hey, Siggi, can you help me to get a college scholarship for soccer?
Yeah, I mean, this kind of goes hand in hand with college recruiting's never been more confusing, and a lot of families are guessing at how the process works, how the timing should look like, what certain messages mean. So having someone like myself to guide them, through that process is, I think, invaluable. That has the sole purpose in mind of finding the right fit for a young man or young woman. So I basically do about 99% of my clients are men's or women's soccer players, so that's my sweet spot. But I do have some football players, some lacrosse players, track athlete. So I do other sports as well. That my forte is the men's and women's soccer, which I know is huge in St. Louis, as it is in Florida and around the country.
And you have been such a instrument of wow for this national and St. Louis High School Champions League. And that's why you're well certified, Siggi.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby. I mean, you were there, you did it, and you're going to do it, and you're still there. And I'm going to do it, friend. I'm going to try to muzzle the whale a little bit, and I'm going to, lead off to have you mystify, certify the people that as well as you had done me. It only took, you had me at hello type of thing, and you got a good thing going. And if I was a young man, I would try to seek your avenues, because it really is the sky's the limit. It's not like I'm confined to. And lastly, most of my people went to college with the help of a scholarship. And they didn't play pro ball. This happened, that happened. But they had that degree. They had that network. And it's proven unbelievable for them and theirs. And so what I'm going to say, Siggi, is a young man or a woman, they can't afford not to seek you out. So that's the highest whale certified recommendation I can give you, Siggi. I can't go any.
Damn, I better quit while I'm ahead, my friend.
All right.
Now, in this day and age of artificial intelligence, everybody is a recruiting expert, quote unquote. Everybody has an opinion. Most of the recruiting stress comes from not knowing where you stand. The information I'm being given, is it current? Is it realistic? I see more and more companies, using AI. Is AI going to make a phone call to a college coach? Are they going to put their reputation on the line when they really feel a player is, of quality that a college coach should come and watch this player? So for me, it's all about, not everybody's a good fit for me, Kevin. There's got to be people that want the best fit on their college front in terms of finances, location, majors, playing time, whatever the priorities are for them and their family. And then we go to work. And then we meet every week, every other week, once a month, how often they need me. And we design a game plan that's unique to them, that may be totally different from someone else's roadmap that they might be pursuing. don't plan on holding people's hands, but I do expect them to do their fair share of the work because the college coaches do want to hear from them. But if I can give them some credibility with my experience, my reputation, and have them be able to interpret every email, every lack of communication, how to approach coaches, so forth, then they're going to make less mistakes. They're going to have less stress because everything's going to make sense of why this is happening. And so I enjoy that process. There's nothing like attending someone's signing ceremony, seeing them get the emails and how excited they are when they hear from coaches. And, one of my still favorite clients of all time, she was the first one to go to college from her family. And I get invited to her graduation ceremony. We got her a full ride at a D1 school in Atlanta. Got to see her walk across the stage. I got to attend her wedding, meet her firstborn, and now she's an EMT firefighter. So those are the moments I live for. I don't charge enough, everybody tells me, but I'm never going to make money be a reason why somebody can't work with someone like myself. That's going to shoot them straight, keep them organized, and make sure they get every opportunity to play this game at the next level. So that's just kind of where I come from. And like I said, not everybody's cup of tea, but they're going to get an honest payback for their investment. And, they're going to constantly have communication and evaluations, introductions, feedback, whatever they need to make sure they're doing the right things in their process.
Damn, I just got goosebumps, man. I mean, it's a big thing. It's, for that time in one's life, this is a big moment, and it calls for big people to come around, man. And hats off to you, bro.
Yeah, and my thing is, Kevin, I work with a lot of players that end up just going to college and say, hey, soccer's been great to me, but I want to be a college student. I'm going to play club soccer, or I'm going to be on the reserve team. So it's not just about necessarily always getting a full ride, or those kind of things are always D1. Sometimes we have to look at other levels, other divisions. If somebody's passionate and wants to keep playing that game, there's bound to be a place that we can find for them that meets most of their criteria, if not all of it. But at the end of the day, as you know, anybody that's gone to college, like you said, that has a degree, they have to pay you X amount of dollars. If you're a teacher, for example, or you're going to make a certain income that you can maybe survive on and live off and maybe have a family with. Whereas the typical high school dropout makes close to 20 grand, and you and I know that's not going to get you real far. Probably still living in mom or dad's basement. Whereas a high school graduate, makes mid-20s, high 20s. Then college degree gets you about 45. And if you go to a really good school, you can make 70, 75 coming out of college and, at least be able to afford to live in this day and age. So it's, just arm yourself with knowledge, arm yourself with opportunities to continue to learn on and off the field. And, that's where I think I do my best work, trying to match people with those opportunities.
I'm going on the knowledge of that. Asking a question is not. There's no dumb question.
Exactly.
Could you help out a transfer guy or gal player?
Yeah, I work with a fair amount of transfers. First I try to explain to them that if you open that door in terms of wanting to leave, you have every right to do so. There's several thousand people in the soccer transfer portal alone. I think I saw a stat the other day where 40% of all D1 football players are in the portal. So you're going to see some rosters change drastically now that the college playoffs are happening. But transferring sometimes is a great solution as long as it's done for the right reasons. I think a lot of people as freshmen, maybe they struggle with playing time, making the adjustment from high school or club, and they don't want to fight through it and maybe make the situation that they're in work. So they jump in the transfer portal, and you have to understand, once I open that door and walk through it and register for the portal, there's a good chance that there's no returning. And I think it's like 60%, give or take a couple of percentages, find a new home. It could be at the same level, could be a lateral move, could be a downward move to a different level or different division. And there's at least 40% or more that never either play soccer again or drop out of college because of it. So transfers are there's people have made big money out of combines and camps where they give those players an opportunity to be scouted again. But I think sometimes transferring is not the best choice, but it's certainly an option when somebody wants to make a change because coach left, coach got fired, school's no longer a good fit, playing time's an issue. So those are the good reasons to maybe want to move on. But sometimes people just need to be patient and fight through it. And I mean, the standard of college is what it is, and I either have to get myself up to that standard in order to get on the field, or I might need to reconsider if this is really meant for me. So again, glass full, glass half empty.
What I'm hearing and believing is about your kindness, compassion, and empathy for that student athlete, that scholar champion, and their family.
No, absolutely, Kevin. That's what kind of gets me out of bed at 4 or 5 o'clock every morning, get my coffee, get my walk in, and, I enjoy the challenge of every new day because I know that when I make recommendations to families as far as what colleges they should consider or which one might be their best fit, they trust me, they know I'm in it for the right reasons. And for some of these outfits charge $6-7 grand to, their senior year still have no offers or no clear picture of where they should go. I think it's criminal. If I was independently wealthy, like you, Kevin, then I would do this for free because I enjoy it so much, but got to pay the bills. And like I said, I'm probably one of the lowest cost but most professional college advisors that you're ever going to meet.
Yeah.
And my name goes out with these student athletes that go on to play. Probably 95% of my business is referrals because I've done such a good job with my current clients that I do very little marketing or promotion. As you know, the soccer world, people love to talk, and if you do a good work with them, then they'll sing your praises. If you don't, then they'll certainly let you know that as well.
Amen, brother. I mean, there it is. I mean, you're not in the bottom of the lagoon. You're up there with a nice boat. And
sorry to interrupt, Kevin. I have clients from Australia. I just got off the phone with a young man in Germany that plays in the Bundesliga youth system. I've got clients in Oregon, California. Even though I'm based in Florida, I have clients in Georgia and Texas. So word's getting out, and doesn't matter where you're from, what your status is, what your income is. If you're willing to put in the work and work with me and be guided by me, then the outcome's going to be pretty good.
We know that I think I know, but I don't know. And so that's why you're going to help us out. Siggi, what do you offer the High School Champions League down in Florida and St. Louis in particular?
Yeah, as you know, the Champions League is rapidly growing as a great concept that's spreading like wildfire, where it's no cost to play. It kind of elevates the high school players and the high school programs. And, you guys are almost like the heaven of high school soccer. So I made a promise as a supporting sponsor to the Champions League that I'm going to offer 5 free one-on-one consultations for as long as it takes for those markets that are participating in the Champions League, so I can guide a young man or young young woman through the process, regardless of income, regardless of whether they only play high school and maybe can't afford club. They're going to be able to work with me and maybe make that dream come true of playing at the next level. And so I proudly offer that to every market that Champions League is in currently or will be in the future. So that might give a high school player the opportunity to get the exposure and get the professional guidance that maybe they now can't afford or don't have access to. And I love working with, players that are in markets like yours that, they get soccer. It's in their blood. It's such a huge history of our, professional teams and national teams. So those hotbeds of soccer, they get it, and they know what they want and they know what they need.
For right now, I only do audio because if I had a video, my jaw would be dropped right now. That's amazing business what you got going. I mean, that is, that's top notch. All style and class.
Yeah, well, we'll see about the class, but
Boom.
I just really, I think it needs to be, 45 years ago, almost to this day, Kevin, I was a senior in high school, had no clue what I was doing regarding recruiting. I knew I wanted to continue playing soccer. I was going to an American high school up in Germany, and the idea of this business came about because there was no resources. Nobody could really help you and guide you as far as what to do, when to do it. So as I went through college and started a coaching club, coaching college, coaching high school, doing ODP, a lot of the same questions kept coming up about recruiting, timing, scholarships. So I went and got myself certified, almost as highly regarded as Wales certified, as a certified college advisor with advanced credentials, which means I can talk about anything from financial aid to admissions to NCAA rules to scholarships, you name it. So people have a one-stop shop to get all their questions answered and all their problems solved.
And thank you for mentioning Wales certified because I'm giving you another one. You're one of the few people in my entire life that when you speak, I'm able to understand you the first time. And if I ask a question, you're answering my question. And hats off to you, man. You got a unique way about you.
Well, I think you owe that to people in this day and age when you never know what somebody's motive is, what their intentions are. Maybe they want to talk around a subject they're not real familiar with. If I don't know the answer to a question, I will say, I'll get back to you. I'm going to research it and find out. Do I know everything? No, but I'm pretty damn close when it comes to college recruiting.
Yeah.
And, I've built a huge network and a huge reputation with my coaching colleagues from college when I did that. And they know that if I recommend a player to them, that I know they can most likely compete at the level that they're at. And they know they've been properly advised and properly prepared. There are going to be no surprises when they get on the college campus. And coaches appreciate that when they kind of know what the standard is. And, somebody works with me, they know they're going to be a quality student athlete because I just will not work with everybody. I'm very selective as I want them to be. I want them to choose me as much as I want to choose them to see if we can partner together and work together.
That is so amazing. That's like the best business practices one can have. That I went to a doctor, and that's not the punchline, but I went to the doctor and I said, "Hey, I'm interviewing you," and he stopped and put down his pad and everything. He said, "My gosh, this is the first time I've ever been auditioned. I've been interviewed to be a doctor. Normally, you just go in. But hey, let's see if we fit." And lo and behold, he is now my friend and the primary care physician that will take me all the way. That it's not like someone else takes me and starts dabbling. Hey, my Irish doctor will be notified and will know and demand this way. So I'm very.
And you trust him, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and that I kind of follow along your similar path where a lot of my friends became clients, a lot of my clients became friends, and again, I attend signing ceremonies, graduations. They text me from college if they're having a tough day, or mom and dad reaches out, hey, I've got a younger brother, younger sister that's ready for you. And, it's just a beautiful thing when people, feel comfortable with you, sharing good and bad information, and things happening in their lives that they need help with. And the college recruiting process is not for the faint of heart.
No.
If it was that easy, then everybody would be going to college and having a full ride, and, those things are just not realistic. So you've got to be, prepared for U-turns and splitting the road and knowing which path you need to take. And not everybody's going to shoot you straight, and that's what I pride myself on. May not be what you want to hear sometimes, Kevin, or it may not be what mom and dad or your club coach or your high school coach wants to hear. But my professional opinion, once we work together, is this is what I see as your best scenario, your best option in terms of the final choice that I might make where to go to college.
And that's gold. That's gold. So we're coming up against it. We could, I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, I think we could talk forever. I think we could talk until the next appointment. But we're going to kind of wrap it up. And this custom here at Whale Certified, one is to thank you, Siggi, for all that you do for the High School Champions League. And I want to thank you for being a friend of Whale Certified and to enlighten me along the path. And so now it's whatever you want to say to who you ever want to say it to for as long as you want to say it for.
Yeah, I appreciate that, Kevin, and it's my pleasure to give back what I can to the Champions League, to my community here, to any of the Champions League communities that have embraced the idea. Just educate yourself. Be realistic about what your opportunities are. It's just going to save you a lot of headaches if I'm a second or third team player, for me to be looking at going to maybe a Vermont or a Marshall or a Clemson on the boys' side, or maybe a UNC, FSU, or Stanford on the girls' side. It's really, really, really against the odds that somebody on a second or third team of a club will be able to break that barrier and make that team. So I think it's as much importance to be honest what your playing level is, to be open to all playing levels. I went to an NAIA school that had maybe 2,000 students in West by God, Virginia, and it was a perfect fit for me because I got to play in 2 national championships. I got to meet my lifelong friends, joined a fraternity, saw most of the United States because of my travels with the team. So I'm grateful, and this is part of me giving back to the game and to the sport of soccer, that whatever difference I can make, I want that on my tombstone and my legacy. So appreciate all you provide in terms of a platform and education and reach.
Wow. Well, I got to stroll back to the old episodes, but can you just take a moment at some time to send me your information so I could put it on the platform where people can know?
Yeah, and if you can text me your address. I published a book on Amazon. It's a second edition. Would love to send you a copy of it. You can share it with people. You can educate yourself through it a little bit. But it's basically half of it is just education about the process and all aspects of it, and the other half is a workbook, so they have to apply that knowledge and do some projects and some homework. It's been very well received. I'm probably disrupting the industry because I'm giving a lot of trade secrets away. But again, it's all either public knowledge, personal experience, facts that I want to share with people so they don't make the same mistakes a lot of people have made.
Well, I'll
I'll get
guarantee.
your address.
I'll guarantee anybody reaches out and said, "Hey, what about Ziggy? How do you get a hold of Ziggy?" I'll get you connected, guarantee.
I appreciate it, my friend.
All right then. So I sing the praises of Ziggy, and there's another guy that Perry Vannebeck is very impressed by you.
Perry's he's the man. I needed an extra project, like a hole in my head. Perry is going to be involved. DeNoble might be involved. Jim DeNoble, and we're doing a high school soccer all-star game. It's the 32nd year we've done it here in Florida. The older guard has been doing it for all these years, just got worn out because volunteers are always short. So I said, hey, I'll take this over. I want to be a part of it. So the last couple of weeks have been consumed by that. It might be the final high school game of a lot of these people. Some may go on to play to college. Some may go into the workforce. But just the significance of the event for them to play, like the Tampa Bay area county against the Clearwater area county. So it's two counties going against each other. It's phenomenal. Well attended, publicized, social media. We just want to make it one night of celebration for these young men and young women, and maybe it leads to some exposure for those that haven't finalized their college recruitment. So very excited about it, and can't wait to take that over and come to fruition March 7th. Stay tuned.
Yes, I'm sensing another podcast afterwards. Yeah. So
Tim McAvoy from Select Sport, our Champions League sponsor, he's going to come down. He's been phenomenal, giving me great prices on uniforms, complimentary soccer balls, and different things that we need for the event that we can purchase at a good price. So Tim, I think, is coming down to maybe present some of the MVP awards, and so I can't wait to get some of the Champions League people engaged in some of my projects, because I trust all the people and the Contra Kings on the media side and social media are going to be involved. So I'm trying to slowly integrate maybe the two processes of high school, club and college recruiting, and make sure we have many, many avenues for these players to get exposure and to enjoy what they do and then play the game they love.
If you don't play with a select ball or have select equipment and so forth, you're not well certified, baby. I can't, I mean, it's just the way it is.
What a quality product and company it is, and custom making the uniforms for us. Like I said, they're giving us phenomenal pricing, and the quality is outstanding. The kids are going to love playing in it. They get to keep it when they're done.
Yeah.
And, I'm just excited to, 3 months or so from now to put it all together. So a lot of work between now and then.
Well, if you got a 5X, I may be able to be an assistant coach at the end of the bench.
There you go.
Okay, Ziggy, thank you so very much, and we'll get all that information out because you're very credible, and really people cannot afford not to have you on their side. So.
Yeah, and I appreciate your platform and your approach to giving people a voice and holding them to a standard and make sure that they elevate the game and promote the game the right way. And this is just my small part of trying to do that, where people can continue to play this game as long as they want to.
Yeah. Hey, I go by one word too, Wales. So,
there you go.
Yeah, man. So we're traveling in good company.
Too, right?
Yeah, huh?
You got swag now too, right?
Well, it went over like a lead balloon. But those couple people that bought, they wear it all over the place. They love it.
As they should. Yeah.
All
That's
right.
awesome, my friend. Thank you so much for squeezing me in today.
Yes.
I've got a couple of client appointments here after I depart with you, but
yeah.
God bless everybody in St. Louis, anybody that listens to this podcast, and you guys make the game proud by the players you produce, embracing the Champions League, and the quality that comes from St. Louis is unmatched. So college coaches will benefit.
Hear, hear. All right, Siggi. We'll be
brother.
seeing you around March.
Yes, and I'll get you the information that you can share with people if you want, and I'll send you a copy of the book so you can maybe generate some more questions or educate people along with me.
All right, then. So
all right,
until then, this is Siggi and the Whales saying so long until the next time. Bye-bye.
All right, take care. I'm going to enjoy my 80-degree plus in Florida, and you guys take care.
Okay, all right.
Thanks, Kevin.
Bye-bye.
All right, take care.